Good evening, everyone. It's already 6:10, and we'll start our session. This is week 10, and today we will be discussing some questions related to the cardiovascular system. Okay, and I hope that everyone has attended the lectures of this week 10, and have come to this class so that we could discuss some questions related to that lectures and have a good practice session. And yes, as always, I'm requesting everyone to please be active in the class and try to answer each question even if you don't know it. Okay? Try to think and answer, and if it's wrong, we are here to give you a correct explanation to the answer. Okay? So, we won't wait much. People can join. Whoever are joining, we'll start our session, and whoever is missing some of the questions, they can go through the YouTube recording again. Okay, so we'll start with our first question. The rule is same. Everyone will get 1 to 2 minutes time to answer in the chat box. I'm repeating again. You should only answer in the chat box, and no one should unmute their audios or videos. Okay, I'm continuously seeing the chat box. I can see all of your answers. You just need to think and answer, type in the chat box. Okay, and everyone, please try to be attentive and active throughout the class. Okay, so we'll start with our first question. First question is, pacemaker cells maintain the resting membrane potential at 80 millivolts, minus 40 millivolts, 40 millivolts, or minus 80 millivolts. Okay? Pacemaker cells maintain their resting membrane potential at. Your time starts now. So start answering. Sorry, this is the question. I hope my audio and video is clear to everyone. I want answers from everyone. Everyone, whoever is present, I need answers from them. Everyone is done? Okay, let's see what is the answer. Correct answer is minus 40 millivolts. Okay, so what is the resting membrane potential in neuron? We have already discussed about this, right? Anyone can say what is the resting membrane potential in a neuron? We know now that in pacemaker cells the resting membrane potential is minus 40. But in our earlier sessions, we have already discussed about the membrane potential of a neuron. Yes, it is minus 70 millivolts. Okay, and the resting membrane potential of pacemaker cells is higher than the neurons. Why? Because which is the pacemaker of heart? Which is the pacemaker of heart? I think everyone knows this. Which is the pacemaker of heart? Which part of heart is called the pacemaker? Yes, it is the SN node. Only one person is answering. Everyone, rest people. You don't know the answer? Yes, yes, it's SN node. Okay, so the SN node is the pacemaker of the heart, and the resting membrane potential of this, you can see the dotted line here, it is at -40, and above this and downwards to this line, the depolarization and hyperpolarization occurs in the pacemaker cells. And obviously, this SN node is a complex tissue with regional differences in morphological and electrical properties. The main reason why the resting membrane potential of neurons and pacemaker cells are different because SN node is a more complex tissue with regional differences in the morphological as well as the electrical properties. Okay. Whoever wants to read, I have added extra details for each of the answer. Whoever wants to know more about each question, they can go through the slides, which I think are provided by the Google Drive folder. Okay, we'll move towards the next question. Electrical activity of conduction circuit of heart starts at. Electrical activity of conduction circuit of heart starts at SN node, AV node, aorta, vena cava. Your time starts now. Start answering. Okay. I want answers from everyone. Everyone should be active in the session. Everyone should answer. Done? Everyone is done? Yes, I think everyone has given the correct answer. The correct answer is SN node. We already read that the action potential occurs at the SN node, which is the pacemaker of our heart. Here you can see the diagram, electrical system of the heart. Here you can see the SN node, the AV node, right? The Purkinje fibers, all of these are present here. So an electrical stimulus is always generated at the sinus node, also called as the SN node. Okay, electrical stimulus in the heart is generated first at the SN node. And it is a very specialized tissue present in the right upper chamber of the heart, that is the right atrium. Okay, as you can see here. Sorry, as you can see here. Okay, and the sinus node or the SN node generates an electrical stimulus regularly, that is 60 to 100 times per minute under normal conditions. Okay, and then the atria gets activated, and this electrical impulse which is generated by the SN node travels down to the heart's ventricles and pumps out blood. Okay, so first the two upper chambers of the atria are stimulated because the SN node is present there and contract for a short period of time before the two lower chambers of the heart. So first contraction of atria occurs and then the contraction of ventricle occurs. So the electrical impulse starts at the SN node. Okay, I think it is clear. We'll move on to the next question. Calcium is regulated in cardiomyocytes in nucleus, vacuole, Golgi apparatus, or sarcoplasmic reticulum. I think we have already discussed this answer in the previous session or the previous session to that. Yes, we have discussed about calcium as well as the organelle, which will be the correct answer. Let's see how many people remember it. Okay. D. Sarcoplasmic reticulum. Is it the right answer? I want answers from everybody. Everyone should answer. Be active in the class. This session is only for your practice purpose, right? We are discussing this question so that you can revise the lectures which you have gone through in this week, right? These questions will help you to solve the assignment of the present week as well. Okay? And if you're not active in the class, this all of this is of no use, right? Okay. Okay, everyone is saying D, and yes, D is the correct answer. We have already discussed about calcium regulation in the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Right here, you can see the diagram. The cardiac muscle cells contain both sarcoplasmic reticulum as well as the endoplasmic reticulum. But this sarcoplasmic reticulum is the one which is responsible for the excitation contraction coupling of cardiomyocytes. We have already learnt about the extraction contraction coupling mechanism in the muscle cells. The only difference is this is the cardiac muscle cells, but in both the system the calcium regulation is done by the mostly by the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Carbon dioxide oxygen exchange in the body happens at nephrons, capillaries, hair, or pacemaker cells. Carbon dioxide oxygen exchange in the body happens at nephrons, capillaries, hair, pacemaker cells. Your time starts now. Start answering. Yes, I forgot to tell, but I think everyone knows that you should keep noting down your responses, the correct responses as well as the wrong responses. Okay, and we'll discuss your score at the end of the session. Okay, so keep counting how much you're getting out of 10, right? Okay, is it capillaries? You all think it is capillaries? Done? Everyone is done? Let's see. This is a very easy question. We have all read about this in school as well, right? So the correct answer is capillaries. As you can see the figure here, the carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange happen through these capillaries. This is also a blood capillary, and the diffusion of the oxygen and carbon dioxide molecules between the blood capillaries and the tissues occur, right? So, first of all, in the lungs, the gaseous exchange in the lungs takes place in this air sacs called the alveoli or alveolus, and carbon dioxide diffuses out of the red blood cells into the alveolus. Carbon dioxide diffuses out of these blood capillaries into the alveolus, while oxygen diffuses out of the alveolus into the bloodstream, right? So carbon dioxide is diffusing from capillaries to alveolus, whereas oxygen is going from alveolus to the capillaries, which we need, right? And these gases do this by moving through very thin walls of blood vessels called as the capillaries, right? And after the blood has left the lungs, it reaches to the rest of the body, including the heart, where the cellular respiration occurs. So our answer is capillaries. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Which of these cells are found in the heart? Endothelial cells, cardiomyocytes, cardiac pacemaker cells, or all of the above? This is a very simple question. I think everyone knows the answer to it, right? I want answers from everyone. I'm repeating continuously. Everyone should answer. Only 10 questions are there. It is not at all hard to type a option in the chat box, isn't it? Yes. Which of these cells are found in the heart? Endothelial cells, cardiomyocytes, cardiac pacemaker cells, or all of the above? Okay, let's see what is the right answer. Right answer is D, all of the above. Some people have given the answer as cardiomyocytes. It is wrong. Yes, cardiomyocytes are present in the heart, but here also you can see we discussed about the pacemaker, right? Cardiac pacemaker cells are nothing but the cells of the SN node, right? We already discussed about that. Cardiac word is present here. It is found in the heart, as well as endothelial cells are also present in the heart. Here you can see the types of cells of the heart. There are fibroblasts, there are arterial cardiomyocytes, endothelial cells, conduction cells are nothing but the SN node cells, that is the cardiac pacemaker cells. Then the ventricular cardiomyocytes, two types of cardiomyocytes are there, arterial and ventricular as well. Endothelial cells we know, and conduction cells I told you. And as well as the smooth muscle cells are also present in the heart. Okay. Okay. So we'll move on to the next question. This is a very easy question. Which of these has the highest diameter? Aorta, capillaries, pulmonary artery. Which of these has the highest diameter? Aorta, capillaries, or pulmonary artery? The time starts now. Arshi is the fastest in giving all the answers, if I can notice. Good. This is a very simple question. I think everyone should know the answer. Try to answer. Everyone, please try to answer. Everyone is saying aorta. Sure. Done? Everyone is done answering? Should we check? Okay, let's see what is the correct answer. Correct answer is A. Aorta is the blood vessel which has the highest diameter. Here you can see this diameter is given in micrometers. Aorta has the highest diameter. Then comes the artery, then the arteriole, then capillary. And if we see for veins, venule and vein also has the next second largest diameter after aorta. This is for human beings, and these diameters differ from organism to organism. Okay, I think human as well as mouse have the same diameters, like the range of diameters is same in mouse as well. Okay, so aorta has the highest diameter. We'll move on to the next question. Which of these has valves? Arteries, veins, alveolus, or bronchioles? This is again a very simple question. Which of these has valves? Arteries, veins, alveolus, or bronchioles? Read the question properly and then answer. Yes, to avoid backflow of blood, that is very correct. But is it arteries or is it veins or alveolus or bronchioles? Everyone is sure it is arteries, or everyone is just following? Once someone answered arteries, everyone is following with that? Arteries? I didn't expect this kind of response. If someone is giving a wrong answer, you people are following to that or what? Or is everyone giving a wrong answer? Arteries is not the correct answer. Okay, everyone has given. The correct answer is veins. Veins. In veins, valves are present, not in arteries. In arteries, the blood pressure is so much that it doesn't need a valve to push the blood, right? The pressure is already very much. Veins are blood vessels which take blood from the organs to the heart, right? The function of veins is it takes the blood from the organs to the heart, whereas for arteries they take the blood from heart to the organs, right? And mostly veins have the deoxygenated blood taken from the different body parts to the heart. They carry the deoxygenated blood from all the different body parts to the hearts, right? And veins carry blood against the gravity, right? Veins carry blood against the gravity, and that's why they need valves to push the blood up and prevent the backflow of the blood. Whereas while in arteries which carry blood from heart to the organs, it is very strongly pumped from the heart muscles and doesn't require any kind of valves, right? Because the pressure in the veins is low, valves are needed to push the blood up and prevent the backflow of the blood. Okay, so you all need to revise carefully, right? Arteries is the wrong answer. I think only one person is given the right answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. The occurrence of two successive P waves means the occurrence of two successive P waves means left atrial enlargement, left ventricular enlargement, both A and B, and none of A and B. Where have you studied about P waves? Where is the P wave present? Can anyone answer before answering the question? Where are P waves present? What is a P wave? Yes, ECG, right? Electrocardiogram. Okay, start answering. What is the correct answer to this eighth question? Only one person has answered till now. Okay. The occurrence of two successive P waves. Okay. P wave is a part of the ECG, and along with that, QRS is also there, T is also there, right? So, what happens due to which there is a successive P waves, two successive P waves? Only two persons have answered. Rest people slept. What are you doing? Thinking? You need more time? Okay. Done? Everyone is done? I think so. Right? Okay. So the correct answer is A. It can't be both A and B, or it cannot be none of the A and B. Right? And it obviously can't be both A and B. It has to be the either one, or the atrial enlargement or ventricular enlargement. But two successive P waves mean left atrial enlargement. So here you can see the normal ECG diagram. That is, this is the P wave. The first wave is the P wave, then is the QRS complex, and then is the T wave. Okay, so the P wave is associated with arterial activation, that is the depolarization. So obviously any abnormality in P wave is also related to the arterial activation. Okay, so that is why the answer is left atrial enlargement and not left ventricular enlargement. If you know the basics of ECG, you could have answered this question, right? So P wave is for the depolarization, atrial depolarization, whereas QRS is related to the ventricular depolarization, and T wave is the ventricular repolarization phase. Okay, here you can see activation of the atria happens first, then the activation of the ventricles, then it is the recovery wave. Okay, so this is a situation of two successive P waves. You can see here this is a single P wave, notch, one notch, and here you can see two notches. This is like two successive P waves happen. This is a abnormal condition, and it happens due to the enlargement of the atria. Okay, with whatever enlargement happens with one P wave, excessive enlargement happens with two P waves, and it is called as the left atrial enlargement. Okay, we'll move on to the ninth question. P wave with decreased amplitude can indicate hypokalemia, hyperkalemia, hypocalcemia, or hypercalcemia. P wave with decreased amplitude can indicate hypokalemia, hyperkalemia, hypocalcemia, or hypercalcemia. Your time starts now. Start answering. One is said B, another one is said C. Rest people. Only three people have answered till now. Rest people, start answering. P wave with decreased amplitude can indicate. Okay, I'm getting multiple answers. A, B, C. Anyone wants to opt for D? Okay, I get it. People are confused. Everyone is answering. Is it? I want answers from everybody. Be attentive in session. This will only help you. Done? Is everyone done? Should we discuss what is the right answer? Or anyone still wants to think and answer? I can wait. We can wait. Okay. I guess everyone is done. So the correct answer is B. Not A, not C. It is hyperkalemia, not calcemia, and it is not hypo, it is hyperkalemia. P wave with decreased amplitude is hyperkalemia. Here you can see we have the P wave. Decreased amplitude is subsequent to loss of the P wave, we can say. So it is because of the potassium levels. That is why it is called kalemia and not calcemia. Calcemia will be related to the calcium levels. Because it is related to the potassium levels, the answer is kalemia, and hyperkalemia means elevated potassium levels, right? So what happens is elevated potassium levels increases the activity of some potassium channels in the heart and speeds membrane repolarization. And due to this, hyperkalemia occurs. And hyperkalemia causes an overall membrane repolarization that inactivates mainly sodium channels. right? Due to this excessive repolarization, many sodium channels get inactivated, and this results in changes in the potassium levels, leading to abnormal ECG in the heart, like the lower impulse of the P wave. Okay, so I guess everyone has understood the explanation. We'll move to the last question of our session, and we have already discussed about this in our previous sessions. So I think everyone should give a correct answer. Ryanodine receptors and DHPR receptors regulate dash channels: sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium. We already have discussed about these two receptors in the previous sessions if you all have attended it, right? So start giving answers. Yes, because of high level of electrolyte potassium. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? One person has already answered. Let's see. Some more options you have to opt for. Uh, It's a very simple question. I don't think someone needs more time to answer it. Only three people have answered till now. Whoever is raising your hand, please write down your query in the chat box. Whoever has joined late or want to go through the previous sessions, all the recordings are available at my YouTube channel, as well as I think everyone is having the YouTube link, and as well as the folder link with all the PPTs presentations in it. You can always go back and revise and clarify your doubts if any. Okay. Okay, is everyone done? I think only four people have answered. What are the rest people doing? Don't want to answer? Why so? And I think we already have discussed this. Okay. Okay. I think everyone is done. Done, or should I wait for some more time? If you're thinking, let me know. I can wait for some more time. But yes, your answering is very important. Okay. I'm taking it as everyone is done. Okay. The correct answer is T. I think everyone has given the correct answer. We already have discussed about these two channels and the calcium regulation. This is again a repetition of that explanation. You can go through the slide to know what is happening. Okay, here you can see this is the ryanodine receptor and the DHPR, DICR receptor is DHPR receptor. Both of them are involved in the calcium regulation, and this calcium regulation is a part of the excitation contraction coupling of the muscles, right, which we have already discussed previously. So both of these receptors are present in this pathway. Okay, so with this we are at the end of our session, and how many types of valves are present in the heart? Okay, 1 minute. Obviously, we have the tricuspid and the bicuspid valves, right? The tricuspid valve is present between the left atrium and left atria in the ventricle, and the bicuspid valve is present between the right atrium and the ventricles, and there is one mitral valve and the pulmonic valve near the pulmonary aorta. Okay, so we have four valves in the heart, four types of valves in the heart. That is the bicuspid and the tricuspid valves and the mitral valves and the pulmonary valves. Okay, so with this, we are at the end of our session, and let's know the scores, right? What is your score out of 10? 9 on 10? 1 on 8. What is the score? I'm unable to understand. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Okay, so 9 is the highest score, which is by Arshi, is it? Okay, Vishwa Priya. Okay, okay, great. 8, 9, 7, everything is a good score. Yes, but you need to boost up a little bit to get a 10 on 10, right? I think these are very simple questions, and if you are thorough with your lectures, everyone can get a 10 on 10, right? So, okay, with this we'll end our session today, and we'll meet again next Tuesday at same time with week 11 questions. Okay, till then keep watching the lectures, and try to clarify your doubts whichever you felt through this session that you are not clear with this concept. Go back and listen to the lectures again and revise it. Okay, it will help you. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you, thank you. Bye.